Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. If I trust the evil YouTube, the live stream should be upcoming soon. So let's get this party started. So today we are going to play as the Blue Lantern Corps. So put on your best Blue Lantern costume, and let's go fight some evil Red Lanterns or Gray Lanterns for that matter. Oh, almost dropped my controller. Just give me a minute so that I can finish my setup over here. And today we're not going to have Shadow today. So I know sometimes some of you guys are not too happy about her squeaky voice. So if that's the case, now's the time to do the happy dance. But I know that most of you guys will probably be sad that Shadow isn't here. Sadly, that could not be helped. Something about her house. She sent me an email about it. So from what I understand, they did found their house. The house they're looking for, at least it looks good. So that's why she couldn't be here today. Now, what are they doing exactly? I have no idea. But I just know that her not being here is house related. So that should do the trick. Oh noes! I didn't prepare my thumbnail ahead of time. Oh well, too bad, so sad. And just to be on the safe side, if you guys can hear me, say yes.
Say, don't I owe you $5? Just kidding. Where would I put a wallet in this outfit?
And if you want to be in the group, do like our friend the Absolute Superman just did. Send me a tell in-game, and I'll invite you to the group. So let us go to Metropolis, and let us go to Superman statue. Well, almost there. Come on, evil loading screen. I should have gone to Metropolis before I started the stream. Too late, too late. So let's invite Prophet Man. Oh, it's actually Prophet Manuel. Didn't realize that. And I guess one of the good things is that with Shadow not being here, it's going to leave room for someone else to be in the group. You take the good with the bad, I guess. So here we can see our friends have their nice Blue Lantern costume. Now, if you don't have the Blue Lantern power, that is fine. Don't feel like you have to purchase the Blue Lantern power to be part of the group. Heck, even if you are not dressed up as a Blue Lantern, we're still going to take you, so don't worry about it. The only exception would be evil villains. Tonight we play with hero characters. Evil villains will be for Evil Friday. Oh, and here we can see our friend Prophet Manuel, who has the new wings that were added to the game. So the wings are pretty big. They're not exactly like the Wings of Sins. It's a new model. It's a different model than the Wings of Sins or the Glitter Wings or whatever other wings we already have. But it's still some pretty big wings. I saw some crazy people saying that the wings were pretty small. Man, maybe for a female character, but for a male character, as you can see, the wings are big enough. So if you needed some wings for a Hawkman type character, and somehow the Wings of Sins are a bit too expensive for your taste, these are nice wings to have. And if we look at the chat a bit, so we have Ragnar for Life, we have Battler Sean. So Ragnar for Life is asking how's it going? We're doing good. Shadow Knight says old multiverse. That girl from AU, have fun guys. She's saying that now, but she forbids us from having fun. So Scroll says yes. Oh, and there we go. So, but not too much fun without me. I knew that was coming. And Melkage says, have fun tonight, guys and gals. I can join, unfortunately. I win a business trip. It's okay. It happens. So, for those wondering where we are in Metropolis. Oh, and actually, let's go to Phase 3, where there's less people. The reason why we go to the phase where there's less people is to make sure that sometimes people will try to join us, and they will be told that the phase is full. So when we go to the phase where there's less people, there's less chances of that happening. Oh, we have our friend Rogue Patriot over here. David Sharp says hi. So for those wondering where is Shadow, yeah, there's something about they did find a new house that we're looking for. So I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do, but it has to do with their new house. So we still have a couple of spots left. And we have some pretty cool blue lanterns here. Valid Ghosty says, hello multiverse. Hello Ghosty. Absolute Superman is asking anyone a healer. I guess not so far. So tonight, what are we going to play tonight? But quite simple. We'll start with the latest content. So we'll play the latest content and work our way down. And then afterwards, we'll switch to custom play. Oh, Ryushu says he's a healer. So we're good. So we have Superman as a tank. Ryushu is a healer. Prophet Manuel is a controller. But worst comes to worst, I could switch to controller as well. So almost there. We just need one more. And sadly, it would seem we're gonna have to play the casual versions. That's fine. So we have room for one more player. The bigger Tengu is asking, in 2026, is it worth to play still? Absolutely. I understand why people might be asking that. Yes, the game did change quite a lot. And also, sadly, the new devs are using FOMO quite a lot. At least they've been using that for at least a year and a half. Although, technically, they've been using that for a bit more. Absolute Superman is asking, is there different rewards for casual, regular, and elite? I think you don't get as much elite renown. Well, you may not even get any elite renown. I'm not sure. So we'll wait a few more minutes, and then maybe we'll invite Rogue Patriot. The reason why I don't want to invite Rogue Patriot right away is because there are some missions where, even though we can play heroes and villains together, sometimes there are some missions where it creates issues. Sometimes it creates issues trying to get into the mission. Or there are some missions where you just cannot go into the mission if you have heroes and villains together. So we'll wait a bit more to get a hero. But I guess for some reason we don't have enough people tonight. Too bad. So let's invite our friend Rogue Patriot then. We're gonna have to bend the knee and invite an evil villain with us. So there we go. So you can see it did show that the group alignment crossover. If we go to the on-duty menu, we'll see there are some missions we're not going to be able to play because of that. Let's go to custom. And let us go to, oh yeah, we have to go to casual. So if we take a quick look, actually there's none of those. So I guess the mission we cannot play as heroes and villains are before the Earth 3 DLC. Froleven is asking in multiverse, can I join and be the troll? Sorry, we just got the last person we needed in the group. You're gonna have to join later if somebody leaves. Stick around. If somebody leaves, then you could join. But until then, we have a full group right now. So Cobra says that is me, Jericho Jones. Come on, come on. So David Sharp says, thank you for the controller video. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, let me switch to... There we go. Oh, I got the wrong armory. I thought something was wrong. So, for the biggest thing new, in 2026, yeah, it is still worth it to play DCUO. I understand that, yeah, it might be a bit different than it was. I don't know when's the last time you played, or if you ever played. Yes, the game did change quite a bit over time. The devs did change quite a bit over time.
To my orphanage. So happy you could join us today. We'll take the utmost care of you here. I promise.
They've been trying to make the game a bit more RPG-like, sort of, but
That's a big door. Guess we better knock real loud then. Hit that console hard. Here we go. Take out those.
Also, the biggest thing are the New Year awards still acceptable?
But we're not done
I
yet.
know we're fine last year. The best reward I thought was the Wolfpack artifact. There's also the Legion ally that was kind of nice. But I'm sure a lot of people took the shaded comic room
The last
material.
command room is open. Secure. Another command room's open. Secure it.
You're the best. And I am out of here.
But yeah, the rewards are fine, and also you get rewards not just for the at the end of the year, but every patrol normally we do have some sort of rewards that go with it. So it's more than just the year-end rewards. It's also the rewards we get through all the various patrols.
Okay, here we go. Head down to the lower level. Let's bust these people out of here. Take out the red lanterns and use the consoles they're guarding to clear a path to the
Now the
side.
game they changed quite a lot over time, and we can see that when we go back and play some of the older missions, it kind of reminds us how much bigger the game used to be. Sadly, for the past year and change, the devs have been reusing a lot of assets in order to be able to give us 3 DLCs per year.
They're next to.
So the good thing is that they were able to get back on track and give us 3 DLCs per year. The bad news is that means using older missions as
Whoever you
flashback
are.
missions.
You're my new hero.
And also, sadly, they're leaning a bit too much into the FOMO, into fear of missing out. So we had some iconic abilities that were available. We had some allies that were available. We had lately we had the red lantern, the blue lantern, white lantern rings that were available. But sadly, those were available for a limited time. Right now, you can still try to get the Blue Lantern ring, or can you still? You might still have a few days only, so
Don't let the villains
either way,
remember
you would have to. If you start right now, you would have to use a bout option. But you could play the event at least a little bit to try to lower the buyout option.
Really in a cease and desist
For the White
mood.
Lantern ring, at this point you have no choice. You have to use a buyout option.
Cease and desist. Who'd she think she was talking to?
So they've been using Fear of Missing Out a lot, and that makes some people not very happy. Like people were able to get the rewards, don't seem to be very much concerned about that. They were able to get the rewards, so they don't care very much. But a lot of people that missed out, they care a lot.
Idiot! That got her attention. Come on, let's enough. Stop now and you won't get hurt. Fall apart. She's called in some of her Red Lantern buddies. Get ready for a fight.
But just the Wolfpack artifact, or just the Ally alliances, or is it Ally Legion? Yeah, these were worth it. Depending who you ask, the shaded comic room material was worth it as well. So I would say the answer is probably yes. Although we do not know what the rewards will be for 2026 just yet. You have to wonder, like last year they gave us the shaded comic room material. What rewards can they give us that would be comparable to the shaded comic material?
It. I tolerate your insolence no longer. To the dead.
So I'm curious to see what reward they'll give us instead of the shaded comic material. It's gonna be. I have a hard time trying to think. Oh, we did get some commendation. So
A truce.
Even though we're playing the casual version, we still got some commendation. We still got some feats.
Evacuate them while you can.
Thanks for helping, Pop.
Kennick! I'm gonna get you out of here.
I knew you'd.
Valid Ghosty, what's the next DLC looking like? Multiverse? We don't know. We don't have. We don't know anything about the next DLC just yet. We don't even know how this DLC will actually end. You might have noticed it kind of ends on a very an anticlimactic ending. So you have to wonder, like, is there going to be some sort of aftershock or aftermath where we will get the true ending of the DLC? Or is that going to end on a cliffhanger, and then the next storyline will be us looking for Lucia's daughter? I hope not. But the truth is, we don't know. Worst comes to worst, the next DLC would be looking for Lucia's daughter. But hopefully, that's not what we're going to get.
That crystal supercharge an Atrocitus. Destroy it. That's it. He's exposed. Pour it on. The crystals are back. Wreck them. He's normal again. Take him down. Go ahead and run, you big red coward. Your cat's braver than you. Atrocitus probably ran off to hang out with his new pal, the Matrix. Doesn't matter. We'll find him and her and deal with them both.
Oh, we did not get some commendation this time. But you saw we did get some Blue Lantern commendation, even though this is the casual version. Oh, where's my commendation? I should be here somewhere. Ah, there it is. So let's get out of here. So yeah, so for the next DLC, it might be something to do with Lucia's daughter, which I hope it's not. But the way this DLC ends, it kind of ends on a cliffhanger, unless they resolve the cliffhanger in the aftermath, which would make some kind of sense. I'm not sure why we have only way. Oh, there we go. Oh, let's go to phase 4. Phase 4 will be our phase.
Look out! Run!
Dennis says, I blue lanterns. Hello, Dennis. Unknown says, that's cool, so cool. I love the blue look, very cosmic. Cobra says, I wish we had a full blue lantern loadout. Yeah, we have what we have. The best option I find is to add quantum powers to your loadout. Although here I'm mixing quantum with white lanterns and blue lanterns. I'm still trying to figure out the new powers, so I'm trying to use them. But worst comes to worst, just mix the blue lanterns with the quantum powers, and it kind of works for to create your blue lantern character. Now, would it be nice if we just had a blue lantern power or a white lantern power? I suppose so. Although in this case, sorry about that. In this case, the way they made the augments, now everyone can use those powers. Like before, if we had, let's say, a new blue lantern power, someone would have had to first purchase a blue lantern power, and then get a respect token and respect to the blue lantern power. In this case, there's no need to do that, and also every single players can decide to use the white lantern powers or the blue lantern powers, kind of like iconic powers. So let us continue. I assume everyone is good to go. So let us go to Love and War. Evil menu. Also like in the menu. Oh, and it's... There we go. So yeah, so an actual blue lantern power might have been nice, or an actual white lantern power, but the way they've done it, they made it so that now everyone can actually use those abilities if they want to. Now it does create a bit of brand confusion, I guess, or power confusion, because you reach a point where at some point you have so many abilities to choose from. It's kind of hard to choose. It makes it a bit challenging, let's say, to select what you want. But it's a nice problem to have, I guess. But there are too much choices and not enough choices. Although you have to wonder, once we have, eventually they will add more augments. So what happens when we get 2, 3, 4, 5 augments?
So, here's what Sinestro and I have been working on. A way to get Carol to snap out of it and join us in this fight. She's a close friend, but her core is doing everything they can to keep us apart. Sinestro's going to contact you with instructions. Just do what he says.
The Star Sapphire's interstellar teleporter can send us to Zamaron and Carol Ferris. But you'll need to help me acquire the rings of several Star Sapphires.
PDG is asking, did ever make a Blue Lantern orbital or supply drop? Not yet. I assume in the long term they'll probably give us the supply drop, the orbital strike, the material, but right now we don't have those. So you have to cheat. You have to take the closest thing, or you just go for the elite orbital. Although for the elite henchmen, one of them is a blue lantern, so I guess it almost kind of works. But yeah, it would be nice if we could get the actual blue lantern orbital. Although if they don't make it an elite orbital, and the same for the if they don't make the orbital or the supply drop some sort of elite elite item, no one is going to use them because we already have the elite version.
I have a plan.
You will beg forgiveness.
So sadly at this point, if you use some of the elite stuff, yeah, you can't really go back and use some non-elite stuff afterwards. Oh, here's the crystal thingy.
Look out!
Here's the last one we need, I think.
I will endure.
That should be enough rings.
Oh, I guess we're done.
Violet light, protect me. Love is.
We know how to operate their teleporter, and I have the rings we need. Meet me inside the Kane Street Mall.
Flesh Force says, I just got Krypton and finished the collection for a Superman iconic. Congrats. I hope.
You go ahead. I must protect these rings. Hal Jordan is already inside, attempting to secure the area. Once the building is cleared, I will enter and use these stolen rings to initialize the teleporter.
I hope you got lucky. I hope you didn't have to spend 600 million on the broker. But sadly, the broker is pretty much a less bad option right now. Unknown says I boosted my character, but I feel like it was a mistake because I feel so behind. Any tips to get my skill points up quicker? There's no. You can go to the watchtower. There's a whole bunch of stars you can purchase there that will give you some skill points. But overall, you're pretty much stuck. There's no magical solution. You have to play the content to be able to get what you need. So, the feat for completing 50 raids, well, you have no choice. You have to play 50 raids. And then you have to play 100 raids, and then 200 raids. And I think the top feat is like 500 raids. Well, you have no choice. You have to take that one raid at a time, and eventually you'll get those.
Where is your faith?
But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stars you can purchase in the watchtower. That should give you at least some skill points early on. But other than that, there's no real way to speed up the process.
No.
So again, you saw we got some blue lantern commendation. So even if you do play the casual version, you still get some commendation.
Keep up the good work.
Now, the real challenge is just so much getting the commendation. It's getting the currency. Like, most of the time, I manage to complete, to get all the commendation, to get all the renown I need. But then, it takes a while before I actually get the currency I need to purchase the gear.
Sinestro, are those Star Sapphire rings?
So, the reason why they give us the commendation so much is so that we purchase the gear. And sadly, the gear is a bit expensive, so I guess they're hoping that people will purchase some currency on the marketplace.
Your childish feelings for Carol Ferris should suffice.
Ha ha. Just make sure that when we get there, everyone gives me
But yeah,
time to reason with Carol. Once we hit her with the mists, I know I can convince her to join us.
for skill points, again, there's no miracle. You have to play the game. Now there are some skill points you can farm specifically. Like you could look in the list of skill points and see if there are some feats you could try to complete a bit faster. But overall, there's no choice. You play the game one mission at a time.
Okay, people, let's hit the afterburners.
Oh, Absolute Superman says soon we will have an army of trolls. Aha! I assume he's talking about the video I made about the controller role, where I pretty much explained that in the case of some controller powers, for example Quantum, the best way to DPS is actually to play as a battle troll. The reason for that is quite simple. As a controller, you have access to 3 supercharges, or you have access to more, but there's 3 supercharges you can use that are easy enough to use, and also quick enough to use. So you can use those 3 supercharges to recharge your supercharge fast, and then you can cast your supercharge more, which in the end means you can do more damage if you want to. Like, and then, ironically enough, you can do a bit more damage as a controller than as a DPS, because you can spam the supercharge a bit more, or a lot more. Now, obviously, there's more than that, but oh, Dark Horse says it's Friday, Saturday in AU.
Sinestro, I don't see any amethyst mist. Time to phone home.
Indeed. Transmitting coordinates.
Okay, Mogo. Waiting on that care package.
Oh, Jeffrey says, hello everyone.
And I must be the bearers of the mists.
Not sure why I didn't see that one. Jeffrey Lane says, Multiverse, do you think the devs will give us a new spring iconic power? Maybe. We don't know what they're going to give us. Sadly, I don't expect them to give us the iconic power we had last year. But at the very least, the Hazmat Henchman, the Elite Hazmat Henchman we had last year, should be back on the vendor. So that's something to look forward to. The Hazmat Henchmen are not one of the better henchmen in the game. I'd argue it's the better henchman in the game, but some people would not agree with me.
Hold up, everyone. Let's make sure the coast is clear.
Once we encounter Carol Ferris, we will use our mists to help free her from the Predator's influence.
Jericho says, my main DPS troll is Phantom Jaguar, is munition. Well, the reason why you can get an extra supercharge generator is thanks to the Bird Blitz. Whenever you use the Bird Blitz, like way back when, they made some changes to the Bird Blitz to turn it into a supercharge generator. So for a while, as a controller, you had access to 2 supercharge generator. In this case, I was using the Bird Blitz and Anomaly. Meaning that you could cast your supercharge a bit more, if not a lot more, than most people. And if you combine to that allies like the Black Adam ally or the Flash ally, if you combine to that the scrap of the Soul Cloak,
but never mind. You wouldn't understand.
You can pretty much recharge your supercharge pretty quick. And now we have a new...
How dare you betray me by bringing him here?
What? No. Carol, we've come to help you.
Help me? You used your love to bring our enemies here.
We're wasting time. Restrain her.
And now we have a new Blue Lantern ability that's also a supercharge generator. So we can recharge our supercharger pretty quick, and then we can use it a lot more.
That hardly hurt.
Not sure why. There we go. Not sure why I was stuck. I could not move. Probably the evil Carol Ferris who did something to me.
What?
The amber mist will restore your fear of losing. The amber mist will. It's working. The predator is starting to lose.
Carol, you need to focus. Force the predator out.
What's happening? Why are we fighting?
Now, Carol, listen to me. The
Oh.
emerald mist will help you resist the.
Blocky, block, block.
It's grasping at life. It's grasping at you. She's still resisting. Everyone, stop.
So yeah, Jeffrey, for the spring,
Carol, is that you?
we don't know
just
where they're going to leave us yet. It's way too early for that.
Out of my mind.
Don't let the villains win.
We don't even know what we'll get next week. So sadly, the devs are not telling us anything. They're
I'll
being
get the
very
word out to
super
the Star
secretive about
Sapphires to
everything.
slow down.
Carol, I'm sorry, but there's more than that.
Enough pillow talk. Carol Ferris, the momentary loss of the entities is only the beginning. You must join our alliance, or everyone you love will pay a heavy price.
Why should I believe you?
Believe me.
Okay. Let's talk.
Now, I'm hoping we will get the first patrol for 2026 next week. At the very least, we should get it by the end of the month. But I'm hoping that maybe we'll get it next week. But yeah, so will we get more iconic powers? We don't know. And they seem to want to give us iconic powers through time capsules right now. I should have taken the... There we go. Dark Horse, so the Creator League recruitment stalled. I have no idea what's happening with that. I'm not involved at all. I know that some of you guys were hoping to join that. Why is it taking so long? I couldn't tell you. The thing is, there's a lot of things people don't know just yet. Like, in order to be able to join the Creator League, there are some restrictions attached to that. One of the things is that you have to give DCUO access to some of your personal information, and you have to sign an NDA. I can tell you that when I went through the process, I really hesitated about that. And I'm pretty sure there's some people who did not just hesitate, they just didn't do it because of that. So in order to be able to join the Creator League, you have to be willing to reveal information to DCO about yourself and your channel, and you have to sign an NDA. And you saw in the case of Obsidian Chill, it didn't go too well. Apparently, he broke the NDA somehow. I forget the details, but anyway, so it led to a whole bunch of drama, which got him to be kicked out of the league. So, and he pretty much stopped playing DCO ever since. So, what's happening with the Creator League, we don't know. But yeah, it seems to be stalled right now. So there are restrictions that people didn't know about, that now that they found out, maybe they don't want to be in the league anymore. Because also you may have noticed the Creator League, the devs do not promote the Creator League very much, or an argument could be said at all. The one person they promote more than anyone else is Meta Knight, and even then they barely promote her. Like, there's one live stream where they mentioned her name once, and that was it. So they don't. People go to the Creator League expecting that DCO will promote them, their channel. Doesn't work like that. They don't do that. Now, it's very easy. Now, ask yourself, who else other than Meta Knight is in the Creator League? My guess is none of you guys know the answer to that because, again, they're not promoting them. So I'm sure a lot of you guys think that Meta Knight is the only person who's part of the league, but no, there's actually other people who are part of the league, but the only one people know about is Meta Knight because the devs are not promoting the league creators. It's sad, but that's how it is. And we saw a couple of weeks ago they prefer to support. Basically, they sponsored someone who has like a bigger channel. I think he has around 750 subscribers, and they prefer to promote to sponsor and promote someone like that instead than the people they already have in the Creator League. So sadly, it's quite telling about, well, let's say how much they don't seem to care or have much respect for the people in the league. So instead of promoting and sponsoring people who are already creating content about this universe online, they prefer to sponsor someone who never made content about this universe online before. What can you do? And the worst part is that it didn't work. Almost no one watched the video. Like the guy has 750 subscribers, and he had like last I checked, he had like 2,500 views, I think. People are not stupid. They know that if his video is sponsored, there's little value to that video, seeing how he never was making content about DCUO before anyway. And the worst part is that we're seeing the devs create repeat mistakes that have already been made before. Like way back when, the devs tried this with Angry Joe. So they sponsored Angry Joe to make videos about DCUO. And yeah, it worked. Angry Joe made 2 videos about DC Universe Online. And that was it. He never made any videos ever after that. And those videos had no impact because, again, people are not fooled. They knew that the only reason why Angry Joe made those videos was because he was paid to do so. Otherwise, he would never have made those videos. So for the Creator League, they seem more interested in giving sponsorship to people who are not part of the league. And for what's happening with the league itself, we don't know. Did we lose our friend Rogue? Oh, there we go. So for the Creator League, I couldn't tell you what's going on with them. But if I was to take a guess, I'd say that maybe some people decided not to sign an NDA. Maybe some people did not want to share the information with DCUO. There might be also maybe the people who applied, maybe DCUO. Like you may have noticed also DCUO. The devs now are very let's say a very diverse group of people. And if I was to take a guess, I would say that they want the Creator League to be very diverse as well. And if all they have is white guys applying for the league, that's probably not what they're looking for. It's not an accident if some of the creators they've chosen before had like 5 subscribers, because they had to choose people who didn't have a real internet presence so that they could have a more diverse Creator League. Like, other than Meta Knight and Shadow and Ashika, I don't think there's any real
What's up with the giant
content creator who are not guys. At some point I would say white guys, but actually I saw quite a few lately that kind of disprove that, so...
Watch it. Zombies.
But either way, there's only... I'm pretty sure they don't want the Creator League to be only guys, and that might be one of the issues they have. I know there's Greg DeLuca that applied. I hope he gets it if he really wants it. But again, I think people that are applying for the Creator League, they don't know what they're getting into, and once they find out, we'll see what happens. Oh, Shadow's mom is here.
Look, there's Sinestro.
And she's looking for trouble with Banana.
Change the symbols. Change the narrative.
We need to rewrite the ending to his story. Take out the guys with runes that match the ones on those pillars. Then take the runes to the pillars.
Oh no, he stole my rune. So rude.
Okay, good. Rune's locked in and good to
That
go.
rune is locked in. Nice.
Okay, good. Rune's locked in. Rune's locked in and good to go.
Oh.
That rune's locked in. Nice.
Where's my rune?
Okay, good. Rune's locked in. Rune's locked in and good to go.
I see it here, but we don't have the other one yet.
That rune is locked in. Nice.
Rune's locked in and good to go.
Nice.
Okay, good. Rune's locked
So for the creator link being installed, yeah, I guess it'll take it will take a while, it seems. Now it could be that again, it could be that they don't find the people they're hoping to get. It could be that the people, once they find out really what's going on or what they can expect,
That's it. We did it.
they
Check on
decide
Sinestro.
not to join anymore.
Looking rough.
Lisa, don't let the villains win.
She'll pay for her insolence, for her betrayal.
Don't do something you'll regret.
The path forward is clear. Follow me to the next.
Because sadly, being part of the Creator League, there's a lot of, let's say, restrictions, and the perks are not that impressive.
I was expecting a giant auction.
So it's a lot of restrictions and very little benefits.
So-called core.
And you guys all know that personally, the choice I made was not to be part of the league, so and it wasn't worth it for me. Also, from the point of view of a YouTuber, like as a YouTuber, you try to get your video out as quickly as possible. You try to get the information as early as possible to try to get as much view as possible. But the problem is that with the Creator League, you had to wait. Even if you had the information ahead of time, you still had to wait like just a couple of days before the content would go live, before you could make a video about it. By then, there was little value in your YouTube video. And also, even if we got some information ahead of time, it wasn't complete. We still had to wait until Tuesday to get all the information. So even if you made, let's say, a video about the new, let's say the new spring seasonal, well, you only had partial information to give to people. So you still had to make another video on Tuesday to show all the information that was missing. Now, yes, it sort of allowed you to make 2 videos, but usually it was more frustrating than anything else because people didn't like the fact that the first video was missing information. XDBD, I'm just waiting for my parents to come home, and then they're gonna probably give me money for the buyout, not for the Valentine's Day, but the other one. I hope you enjoyed the buyout. I made a video about the white one. I didn't make a video about the blue one just yet. I was planning to make it maybe this week. It didn't happen, so I'll probably make it next week. Next week I'll probably make a Blue Lantern video. taking a look at some of the styles, the new augments, and more. I was toying with making a video also about the investors report, but when I saw the investors report, there's really nothing really about this Universe Online other than they seem to be doing well, or they seem to have to be doing a little bit better than last time. How much they don't say, and although I guess in itself it is the fact that they don't say really anything about this Universe Online. I guess that is telling in itself. So I guess I could still make a video about that. But the real news from the latest investors report is Palya. Palaya.
I'm wealthy. I'm galactically secure.
In a nutshell, Palya's growth has been like 146%. So, and it has now become Daybreak's biggest earner. They had already mentioned as much in the previous investors report. They had mentioned that Palya was on its way to become Daybreak's biggest earner, but now it's official. It is Daybreak's biggest earner. Now, why does it matter? Because with this Universe Online, they have to pay a license for the game. And I would be tempted to say that it's probably more difficult to make a game like this Universe Online than a game like Palya. So if they have to pay a license, and if the game is easier to make, they might prefer Palya to something like DCUO.
That rune is locked in.
I understand that in a perfect world, they would make content about Palya and they would make a content about DCUO. They will do both. In a not so perfect world, sadly, very often studios. Oh.
Author of your demise, fools.
Very often studios, they don't want if they use, let's say, 50 people to work on this Universe Online, and they think that those 50 people could make more money if they were working on Palya, they're gonna work on Palya.
Runes locked in and good to go. That rune is locked in. Nice.
Although I guess also a concern that Daybreak probably has is that they're working on the game with Cold Iron Studios. Rumor is that it's going to be an Alien game. The problem is that the game is supposed to come out the third quarter of 2026, and we haven't heard anything about it. We don't even know if it's really an Alien game.
Bring the runes to the book at once.
Your struggle is pointless.
So the game is supposed to come out in like 6, 7, 8 months, and we still don't know anything about it. So it doesn't look good. And yes, they might be trying to do something like the High Guard, where they don't say anything until the game gets released. But remind me, how did that work for the High Guard? Not so well. So personally, I would not copy the business strategy of a project that was a disaster, but maybe that's just me.
My will won't be broken.
Beware my
Unknown says Dev needs to fix this 90% chance of success. More believable. Low failed 3 times on my artifact. Yeah, you cannot trust that, and it's not just with DCO. That used to happen to me all the time when I was playing Baldur's Gate. Very often I had a mage. In Baldur's Gate, my mage had like 90 and 95% chances to learn a spell, and I would still fail and fail and fail. At some point, I would not take any chances. I would drink a potion of intelligence. That would raise my chances, and I would read. Sometimes I would drink 2 potions, so that I would have 100% chances to succeed. And then I would copy the spell book, the spells in my spell book. So yeah, so sadly, if you have 90% chances, yeah, you can still fail 2, 3, 4 times in a row. So, I guess for people who like that kind of stuff.
Well, I would have, at least.
Only with my help, for which I would have charged you a king's ransom or more.
Now, I said as much many, many times before. Always use a seal of preservation. And once you reach 20%, at that point, you may as well use a seal of completion. Because most of the time, already you mentioned you're failing at 90%. You're going to fail a lot at 20%. So normally I use seals of preservation until I reach 20. And then afterwards, I'll use a seal of completion. And I use my Fate tokens to purchase a seal of completion from Dr. Fate. Actually, my bad. I use my Destiny tokens to purchase seals from Dr. Fate. Oh, it seems that Jericho is going to leave the group, so we have room for one more. Oh, the universe is here. Let's give him a little bow. And let's invite the universe. Oh, that's nice.
Run for your lives.
Oh!
So we just played Raging Knight, so let's play Fearful Day. And at least we're going to be able to play the regular version of the mission, so that's nice. Evil menu. There we go. It depends. The problem is that with seal of completion, depending on if you're pretty low, if your chances are pretty low, you might need 2, 3, 10 seals of of preservation. So if you think you're gonna have to use like one seal of completion is worth about 5 seals of preservation. So if you use more than 5 seals of preservation, you may as well use a seal of completion. So if you think you can get it with 1, 2 seals of completion, then yeah, sure, use that. But if you need more than that, just use a seal completion.
Okay, here's the situation. Amon Sur and his crew are trying to weaken and corrupt Mogo. It's our job to stop him.
Vengeance will be ours.
How amusing.
This is going to hurt you more than it hurts me.
Here we go. Those machines are weakening Mogo. Take him out.
Looks like my curse on those invaders worked.
Are there more like you coming? More warriors. You're incredible. I might name a child after you.
So, according to the latest investors report, I would seem that DCUO did well enough. They don't say they don't mention how well though. Like they didn't say they made like 150% more than last year. They just mentioned that they did a bit better. Is it a 5% increase, a 1% increase? We don't know. What I'm really curious to see is in January, like how much will the game or revenue or player base have increased in the first quarter of 2026? Because you guys may have noticed when we had the anniversary event, we had a lot of people that came back. But when we had the new DLC, we had a lot of people that came back. Also, a lot of people came back for the White Lantern ability or the White Lantern augment. A lot of people came back for the Blue Lantern augment. So if we don't have a huge growth for DCO in the first quarter of 2026, we're in trouble. Already with all the time capsules, all the booster bundle, all the Imp Marts that we had in 2025, you would have thought that we would have had a pretty big growth, at least money-wise, but that doesn't seem to have been the case, sadly. So I'm curious for the first quarter. Basically, we're gonna have to wait 4 months for the next investors report, or 3 months for the next investors report, and hopefully it will show a pretty big growth in player base and in monetization. But the truth is, we don't know. Jeffrey is asking, how long does everyone have right now to get the blue and white lantern power again? For the blue one, there's only a couple of days left. I think there's 2 days left. So after that, you will have 4 weeks. And for the white one, I think you have. I won't be able to tell because I won't be able. I cannot tell you. For the white one, it should be. You probably have 2 weeks left to buy out the ring, but I could be mistaken. But for the white one, at best, you have a couple of weeks. And for the blue one, you will have 4 weeks to use the buyout option. And at this point, you will have to use the buyout option. As you saw, there's only 2 days left. So... and the worst part is that we don't know if or when those rings will come back. There's some people in the Discord who were saying that apparently they were told that the rewards that were available for a limited time are not coming back. Now, whether that's true or not, I'm not sure about that. Because apparently that information came from Volterra, but Volterra did seem to say that wasn't really accurate. So I'm not sure what to believe right now.
Don't do something you'll regret.
We secured a node on the right circuit.
Now, sadly, I would expect that if we do get the Blue Lantern augment and the White Lantern augment back, it will probably be in the Imp Mart or something like that. But the truth is, we don't know if it's going to come back. So sadly, you have no choice, or you have to make a choice. Either you spend some money right now to make sure you don't miss it, or you wait hoping that it will come back. But even then, even if it does come back, you're probably going to have to buy it anyway. So buying it in 6 months or buying it now, may as well buy it
I
now.
have a heavy engineer on the right circuit. Get him!
But sadly, the truth is, we don't know. We don't know exactly if or when it's going to come back. So people really don't want to miss out. We'll have to use the bot option right now. Unknown says, thank you, I'm off to grind. Love the video. Keep it up. Thank you. Enjoy the grind. XDBD, I feel like seeing the popularity of a YouTuber if there was a MMO that was similar to DCUO. I feel like it was succeed decently well. Well, the problem is that you do not know which game will be popular or successful. Look at Throne and Liberty. There were people who were very, very proud to say that they were switching from DCO to Throne and Liberty. And now Throne and Liberty is pretty much dead. They lost like 95% of the audience, if not more. So there are people who did try to jump ship for Throne and Liberty, and it just didn't work.
They sent a heavy engineer to the left circuit.
So we don't know. There was also the first Descendant that did seem like it could be it could have potential, and it did something similar. It lost a lot of their audience pretty quickly.
Right circuit is complete. Nice work. The left circuit is complete. We finished the center circuit. Nice.
Undead says, hope we get a new campaign patrol soon. If I was to take a guess, I'd say probably end of February. Pretty sure that's what we had last year. So, with a bit of luck, maybe next week. If not, by the end of the month. We're going to have to wait and see. Jeffrey says they should have made those powers permanently. That's sort of not fair for old players coming back. Yeah, I agree. It's something that should have been available for everyone, but they decided to make it a FOMO. So they decided to make it, and it seems to be the strategy they have for everything. They're doing that with a lot of the stars they gave us with Ferris event. They did that with the Iconics. They did that, so that seems to be the strategy they decided to use a lot. A fear of missing out.
Too late, Jordan.
Personally, I don't agree with it, but there's nothing I can do.
You'll fight, of course. Fight and die in the core of a living planet.
But yeah, not making them available permanently, that is one issue. Another issue also is using them for alternate characters. Like, yeah, it doesn't cost too much ant metal to rank it up for one character. But when you have 39 characters, obviously you're not going to use those for all your characters.
Stop right there.
So sadly, it's a bit disappointing that you have to unlock it for all your characters. You do get the augment for all your character. That's fine. But you have to rank it up with all your characters. And we can all guess, I guess we can sort of anticipate that they're probably doing that to give us at some point some sort of wolf pack for the augments.
Let's go.
Damn it! His shield is back. Make the crystals green
Magic's
again.
a nasty game.
strike while his shield's down.
In brightest day.
You're not as weak.
Quick, strike while his shield's down.
Almost there, stone target. Ah. I guess we're gonna have to get the shield one more time.
There goes his shield. Attack!
Oh yeah.
It's over. You're done here, Amon. Now, you want to tell us what you were up to in here, Amon?
You'll find out soon enough, Jordan. You and your pathetic core.
Damn it! Jordan at command. Someone go after Amon Sur. We need to help Mogo out down here.
So here you have the scoreboard. Did I see that right? Dang, Prophet gave out 36 million power. I'm green with envy now.
Whoa!
You've got to stop him.
So let's go to phase 4. While we catch up with the chat. So yeah, so sadly, yeah, if Dad made those actual powers, people would have been able to purchase those forever. Sadly, right now, these are available for a limited time. Undead is saying everyone is wearing the new suits bought from Mogo and Mournful Mogo with their zone marks. I guess they might. I guess they're popular styles, I suppose. And Undead says the rings don't transform you or anything. No, they don't. They just give you access to the lantern powers, like this one. Oh yeah. Welcome to the Blue Lantern Corps. Oh, XDBD message retracted. Jeffrey is asking, is there a full OMAC style in the game? No, there's not. There's a OMAC headpiece. I think there might be 2 OMAC headpiece. Been a while, so let me check. Could have sworn there was another one like this. But I might be misremembering. But anyway, there's only a headpiece, maybe another headpiece. There is a trinket, though, that does transform you to Nomak. But that's pretty much the extent of it. Jeffrey, I have to get that Absolute Superman chess piece very soon. That might be hard to get to. No, it was pretty cheap on a broker last I checked. Early on, the price did go down really quickly. So If you're lucky, the price might still be down, but it seems to be a popular chess piece. So I wouldn't be surprised if the price did go back up, if the price did go back up a little bit. But you should still be able to purchase it from the broker. But it is a popular chess piece. We had a few people. Nah, they're not here. We had a few people that were using it a bit earlier. So yeah, get it right now if you can. If you see it and you can afford to buy it, yeah, I would say buy it because it is a pretty popular chess piece. It's the chess piece that it gives us the biggest emblem in the game right now, so that alone makes it pretty popular. XDBD says I was talking about making a game similar to DCUO but replace a DC character with famous YouTubers. Nah, that would never happen. It's opening the door to getting a whole bunch of lawsuits from different people. Um, Todd McFarlane would do that way back when. You may know this little comic called The Spawn. Way back when McFarlane would create a character for Spawn, it would inspire those characters from actual people. Basically, the whole cast of Spawn early on were like Wanda, that's Todd's. Not sure if it's Todd's wife, but I'm not sure if it was his wife at the time. Probably. So the one that was Todd's wife, Terry and Terry Fitzgerald and Al Simmons and all the names of the characters are taken from people that Todd McFarlane knew. And there's the infamous story of Tony Twist. Basically, he created an evil villain, an evil gangster called Tony Twist, inspired by the hockey player from the same name, and he got sued for it. And I think he had to pay Tony Twist 15 million or something like that. So so that pretty much was the end of it. I'm pretty sure he didn't do that anymore after that. So making a game with a whole bunch of famous YouTubers, that would just open the door to the game being sued if some YouTubers want to. Like, let's assume they make a game with a multiverse character, and they decide to make multiverse an evil bad guy, and I decide to sue them because it's ruining my good image. Yeah, the door would be wide open for something like that. Jeffrey says, I heard someone made up a fake power using AI and put it on the forums. It was a Pink Lantern power. I haven't been to the forums in quite a while, so I'm not sure. Sadly, nowadays, I don't really go to the forums. Whenever I try to log in, it just doesn't want to work. And so I just stick to going to the Discord. So let's see. So we did play... Oh no! We're gonna play Shadow's favorite mission, but Shadow isn't here. I'm very sad now. Evil menu. So much lag. There we go. I haven't seen the fake power you're talking, Jeffrey, but I don't go to the forums very much. Actually, I haven't gone in a while, so I don't know. Jeffrey's also asking, what are your thoughts on the Batman 2? I have no thoughts. I don't care either way. I don't care if they don't make it. I don't care if they make it. It doesn't matter to me. Like I didn't like the first one. I didn't like the Penguin. I can see why some people may have liked the Penguin, but I'm not a fan of that universe. So if they make any more Batman 2 or not, I don't care. Because also for the James Gunn universe, I'm really I'm really not a fan of what James Gunn did so far. Not a fan of Creature Commandos. Not a fan of Peacemaker. I'm not a fan of. Wasn't a fan of the Superman movie, so. Multispec is asking, is Shadow sick or busy?
Die before you can join us.
Got the south obelisk. You locked down the west obelisk. Not bad.
So from what I understand, she had to do something about her new house. So if you guys know, they've been looking for a new house. Hopefully they found what they were looking for. So that's where she is. I'm not sure what they had to do about the new house, but...
And the east obelisk is purified. Couldn't have done it better myself.
But yeah, so for the Batman, I'm not a fan of what James Gunn did so far, so I honestly, I don't really care. Whatever he does with Batman, I don't care. And I'm not a fan of the Pattinson Batman, so it's a lose-lose scenario for me. So whether they make the Batman 2 or whether they don't make it, doesn't matter to me. Now, supposedly, there's a lot of rumors, so take that with a grain of salt. Supposedly, one of the reasons why we don't have a new Batman by James Gunn is because of the Batman 2. They're still, for quite a while, they were still on the fence whether they would make Batman 2 or not. Apparently now it seems that they've decided to go ahead with Batman 2. So what they seem to be on the fence about is the James Gunn Batman now.
Don't do something you'll regret.
There were also rumors that they were trying to somehow add... the Pattinson Batman to the James Gunn universe. Oh, speaking of the Batman. But yeah, for the Batman 2, who knows what's gonna happen. And you have to wonder also, does Pattinson even wants to still do it at this point?
I've been watching you. Keep up the good work.
Although it would be a big paycheck for him, so I guess the answer probably would be yes. Original, cool man, Elytrons or no? Nah, this is the regular version.
Corrupted the north obelisk. Take it back.
Unending suffering awaits. Keep them under heel.
Undead is saying James Gunn made Christopher Reeve roll over in his grave. I probably made a lot of people roll over in their graves, but at this point it doesn't matter.
It's amusing that you believe you can stop me.
Because right now there's everything is up in the air until the Warner sale is actually settled. Who knows what's gonna happen? Anything could happen. So for a while it did seem like Netflix were going to purchase Warner, but it would seem that Paramount is actually back in the race, and actually they're back in the race more and better than before.
Just lost the east obelisk. Need to purify it again.
So until the sale for Warner is finalized, anything could happen. So who knows?
East obelisk is purified. Couldn't have done it better myself.
So who knows? Could happen that the Batman 2 never happens. Could happen that the whole James Gunn universe gets cancelled. Anything could happen if Paramount purchase Warner's, or if Netflix purchase Warner's.
Protect us as we make our way to the shield. We shall do the rest.
Keep the obelisk purified. The ghost can't come out of them otherwise.
I'm waiting at the north obelisk.
Elsinga is a power or augment. It's an augment. It's an augment, but of course you can then use your powers to add to it.
Feel that, Felix? Your shield's getting weaker, mate.
I'm at the shield. Time to go to work.
Keep them ghosts coming. His shield's taking a beating.
Insolent wretch! I'll drag your dead body to hell personally, Constantine.
Has anyone seen the Batman vs Pennywise cartoon, or Jason? They are pretty cool, pretty good. No, I haven't seen any of that. I'm gonna have to look it up. I kind of miss when we used to have a superpower beatdown who would give us things like Wolverine versus Batman, or Batman versus Darth Vader, or that kind of stuff. Those were the days. We didn't know how good we had it until now, I guess.
Send those ghosts back to the grave.
There's a lot of good stuff we had that sadly we don't have no more. I'm not sure what happened with Superpower Beatdown. I guess they just got I could have sworn they had a Kickstarter at some point to make some sort of a movie or something like that. Either it didn't happen, or it happened and I missed it somehow. Evil ghost. If you get too far away from the ghost, it stops moving forward. So you have to stay. You have to stay pretty close.
You're almost there, mate. That shield's about to pop like a soap bubble.
Stop them. Kill them all. The shield must not fall.
Almost there. Stun target. Multi-spec, according to some people, Batman defeated Deadpool canonically somehow.
I'm waiting at the north obelisk.
In Superpowers Beatdown, pretty sure there's a version where I think Batman blew up Deadpool, but he didn't kill him because he still had the head, so he would regrow from the head, or heal from the head, something like that. Jeffrey says James Gunn, Superman had everything on paper, but the movie was bad. Yeah, sadly, in theory, it should have been a good movie, but it wasn't. He rarely went to jail in the comics or Justice League series or Superman series. There were bigger issues than just that. The way the characters were behaving, Superman getting beaten up throughout the whole movie. I understand that Gunn probably thought it was funny to have Superman get beat up all the time like that, But I don't know. I didn't find it. I didn't find it funny.
Don't do something you'll regret.
Your souls
Let's go.
are mine to harvest, fools.
Keep away from the little bastards. They're contagious.
My will is unbreakable.
Minion,
Careful, he's cutting off the field.
insolent me, my thralls.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Yeah.
Upsy daisy, Felix. You and me still have business to settle, mate.
Any last requests? Burn in hell, Constantine. Bloody hell! He managed to bugger off.
Jeffrey says, so that map was just the outside of Casnia. They could have used a palace to fight in. No, they made the fight. They made the map just for that. So yeah, this is part of the map that they used. In a nutshell, they made one map and they reused it across the entire DLC. It's pretty much what they did. Actually, in my Pants on Fire, there's also the solo mission. They made a map for the solo mission. Rodney says Snyderverse is superior. It's a crapshoot for me. Snyderverse or James Gunnverse. I think they're both not good for various reasons. Personally, I would wish we get another option, but the problem is who's gonna come after this? Like we had the Snyderverse, we had the James Gunnverse, and both were, let's say, not successful. So who's gonna come after this to try to fail again? I guess, which is probably what people are going to think. Like whoever is going to look at the job of making a new DC universe, they're probably going to say, why would I go there to fail? So sadly, we're not in a good place because what we have isn't working, and trying to fix something that is built on shaky foundation is never a good idea. I guess we could try. No, there's no point. So suddenly building something on shaky foundation is never a good idea, and that's what we have right now. So who's gonna come by and want to build a new universe on what we have right now? And even worse, who's gonna want to come by and scrap everything and start over again? So any way you slice it, we're not in a good place. David Sharp says Lex Luthor did spend a lot of time in prison in the Silver Age, Superman comics, and of course the original Superman movie ends with Lex Luthor taken to prison. In this Simia, I've been seeing in the LFG chat that people are looking for roles for money runs. Do you know what kind of runs are those? Well, normally they'll select a mission and run it over and over. That's pretty much what happens. Unless they mean something else. If they do, I don't know. Jeffrey says Superpower Beatdown got sued WTC and was a piece of shit to the Green Power Ranger actor. Look it up. They didn't care if stunt people got hurt either. Many people got hurt for that show. Oh, I wasn't aware of them being sued. Last I saw about them was something about they had some sort of Kickstarter with Batman, but I think there was some dispute, some battle between the Superpower Beatdown creator and the Batman guy. There was some issues between the two, but that's as far as I went. So if there was some sort of lawsuit, and if there was something about the Green Power Ranger, I have no idea. Oh, okay. Absolute Superman says money runs are rare drop missions. Okay, I get it now. In a nutshell, there are some items like there's the Ultra Kryptonian Cape that is a rare item that you can sell for roughly 100 million in a broker. There was the Dark Robin henchman that you could sell for 500 million at some point. Although these days you probably cannot get that much anymore. So in a nutshell, they select a mission where you can get a rare item as a drop, and they spam that mission over and over and over again, hoping to get the rare item so that they can sell it on the broker for 100 million. Who's missing? Oh. Are we still good? I guess not.
Run for your lives.
So yeah, so money run, yeah, people will select a mission where you can get a whole bunch of where you can get some rare rewards that you can sell for a lot of money on a broker, and they'll run those missions over again. Come on. Yes and no. The problem is that if you're not lucky, you could run the mission over and over and not get anything to sell. If you're lucky, then yes, you might make 100 million. But if you're not lucky, you don't make anything. Personally, I prefer to run for collections. That way, if you do get the rare collections, then yeah, you can sell it. Although I don't think there's any collections worth 100 million no more. But there are collections that are a bit more valuable. So you could run to try to get some of the valuable collections. But even if you don't get the more valuable collections, if you sell 100 collection at 100,000 each, you made some money. Goku Black is asking if I saw the Smallville TV show. Yeah, I saw it. I wasn't watching it regularly. I saw, I think, the first 2 seasons. And then I would watch it once in a while when it would be on Space. But I watched it on Space like for years and years. So I saw a lot of Superman small episodes out of order. I probably saw most of the series, but I probably didn't see all the series. And there's a few episodes. At some point, there was this big hype around some Justice Society episodes that were written by Jeff Jones. So I made sure to see those when that happened.
We must foil Granny's plans and retrieve the splinter.
So what are we waiting around here?
So it was a bit strange to see the guy from Stargate playing Hawkman, but it was nice enough, I guess.
Follow me.
Whoa, that is one.
Jeffrey says the creator of Superpower Beatdown, Bat in the Sun, was the messed up guy behind the scene. Look it up. Nah, it's okay. I don't need to know that bad. It was sad a bit because they had some fun ideas, and we saw something that we didn't really see. Like, where else are you going to see Batman versus Darth Vader? Although right now there's rumors that there might be a Marvel Star Wars movie in the works. Like, imagine Avengers versus Darth Vader, or X-Men versus Darth Vader. Who knows? Now, at this point, I don't care about Star Wars. I don't care about Marvel. But if they were to make that movie, Avengers versus Darth Vader or something, I have to admit that would pique, at the very least, that would pique my interest. Goku Black, what about the Gotham TV show? Yeah, I saw Gotham. Gotham was a bit sad in the sense that they were trying to make a Batman TV show without Batman, and they've been trying to do that for a long time, which always annoys me a little bit. But overall, the show was a bit weird. Like sometimes they were trying to be like, just a police procedural, and sometimes they were trying to make it a Batman TV show with Batman villains. So they had this weird mixtures of episode. Although I have to admit, I kind of liked the guy who was playing the Riddler. I thought the Penguin was fine. He obviously didn't look anything like the character, but in the context of the TV show, I thought the Penguin was fine. But I especially liked the Riddler. I liked Barbara. I forget her name. And the guy from the OC as Gordon, he was fine.
Blow it up in a wicked awesome explosion.
I kind of liked Harvey Bullock. I always liked that guy. When I first saw him in Blade, I kind of enjoyed him way back when. So seeing him as Harvey Bullock actually made a lot of sense. And of course, they were not allowed to use the Joker, so they used Jerome, who was the Joker, without actually being the Joker. But I thought he was good in the role.
Huh, how about that? We're gonna need a bigger gun. Are you finished?
So there were some good episodes, some not so good episodes, but it was a bit uneven. XDBD, my favorite line in the game, in this game, is when the NPCs in Earth 3 say, "I don't believe Ultraman as a superhero. Watch you, Ultraman." Yeah, and then they get fried with Ultraman's heat vision. Oh yeah, I'm not a controller anymore. So I was talking yesterday how sometimes I'll play as a battle troll. I wasn't really a battle troll, I was an EPS role, but when I realized that halfway through the mission that the group is struggling a bit with power, then I'll switch back to controller. I see a lot of people who say that we don't need power troll anymore, but since we got the second loadout, and even before that, when we got some of the iconic abilities, some of the new iconic abilities do burn through a lot of power. Now some of them are powerful, I'll give them that, but they still use a lot of power. So power troll is actually needed once more. But there are people who prefer not to have a power troll. What can you do? Goku says, yeah, I agree, but it said before Batman was Batman. Yeah, but the real issue is that for quite a while, Warner, DC, whatever, they've been trying to make TV shows without... They've been trying to make Batman TV shows, but without Batman. They're trying to get their cake and eat it too. And
to come back to us.
they've been doing that for quite some time.
There, Granny Clueless. The answer's no.
Because sadly, they have the belief that if they use Batman in a TV show, it's going to diminish its value as a movie property. And they at this point, they only want to make Batman movies. They don't want to make Batman TV shows anymore. If you're wondering why we don't get a good Batman TV show, that is why. They're determined. The people in charge are certain that Batman is more valuable as a movie property, and that's all they're willing to use him for.
Pain discharge in 10 seconds. Pain discharge.
Oh, Prophet says, my bad, trying to buff the bite buff. Oh, that's alright, don't worry about it.
For you, children. Pain! I barely felt that. What's for Ivy, Grandma Badness?
Granny Goodness.
Don't look.
And her defeat puts Pala back in command of the parademons guarding the Subjugator. If you cause a big enough commotion, you might be able to lure him out while I sneak into the Subjugator control room.
Wait a minute. You're way bigger and borderier than me. Why exactly are we doing all the heavy lifting here?
Because you can crush the enemy.
Dang, despite it all, Prophet was giving 21 million power, so that's not nothing. I guess Universe is really burning, really burning through his power bar a lot. Jeffrey says they should have just copied the DC animated universe with Batman, Superman, and the Justice League cartoon. It was that simple. Yeah, but you're underestimating the ego of people in Hollywood. They don't want to make it simple. They want to show that they're true creatives, and they don't just want to execute something that was already done before. They think they're creative and they think they can I don't know, come up with their own stuff, as opposed to just copying what was already done. Like, it would be very simple. Just do what happened in the comics. Make a Superman movie with the Superman origin, a Batman movie with the Batman origin, and then a Justice League movie with the Justice League that gets together like in the comics. The stories are already there, but they don't want to use those stories. They don't just want to execute the story. They want to create their own shit, as they says. So even though, yes, the template is already there, there's no reason for them not to use it. But they don't want to use it. They want to create their own stuff. Jeffrey says, I just felt Lex was supposed to be the smartest person in the planet, and always getting caught and arrested is just crazy. Yes, it is. But it shows the lack of creativity of the people making the movies. They that's all they can think of. They cannot think what someone as smart as Lex would do. They just think what they would do, and how they would probably end up in prison for doing that. Oh, Von Doom is asking, what is your favorite Batman voice actor? Come on, it's Kevin Conroy, of course. You have to wonder who is going to replace him.
I'm near the Subjugator control room, but it's heavily guarded. I need that distraction now.
Because sadly, sooner or later, everyone gets replaced.
Ooh, and I'm in a real distracted mood, too. Come on, let's do this.
Jeffrey says the run sounds like a good idea to make money. In theory, yes, assuming you do get the drop. If you do not get the drop, no money. No droppy, no money, or something like that.
Prepare for combat.
S-Man says you're really the only one keeping this game alive. I do what I can. So if it works, great. If not, well, too bad, so sad. We did what we could. Oh, Stelly says, any word on PvP? I thought we were doing the live stream this Wednesday. Yeah, sorry about that, Stelly. To be sure, just wait for the official announcement. It should be soon. I just, I don't know how soon just yet. So keep an eye out on the announcement, Stelly. It should be soon. I just cannot commit to a date. I'd love to tell you next Wednesday, but I'm not sure just yet. I may have something Wednesday that prevents me from doing that.
Silence. The Lord of Apocalypse.
Oh, position, it says, I quit DC years ago. Is that a new power? It's actually a new augment. They've given us two new augments. There's the White Lantern augment that give us some White Lantern powers. And there's the Blue Lantern augment that gives us some Blue Lantern powers. So that is what you're seeing right now. Oh, that was not good.
The Subjugator weapons to break those shields. Find some cover.
Oh no, I missed the cover.
Your defiance, while admirable, is ultimately pointless.
Yeah, that's what happens when you read the chat instead of playing the game. You get one shot.
I'll wrap this up real quick. Find cover, quickly.
My victory is inevitable. I am inevitable.
Yes, I'm playing Quantum Powers, but we do have also the Blue Lantern Augments. So the Blue Lantern Augments only has 5 powers, but if you mix and match it with Quantum Powers, you can create a sort of Blue Lantern character if you want to.
In brightest day.
Like there's the new, oh, wrong one. There's a new White Lantern ability, a Blue Lantern ability like this one.
Harley, the splinter.
Jeffrey, in your opinion, do you think a Batman Nightfall event would be cool? Oh, it would be cool, assuming they decide to do it.
Dork side. Bye-bye now. Well, I'm gonna feel that one for the next few months. Or years.
Now, they could make it so that Batman get his back broken, and then players has to try to compete to see who's going to replace the Batman. So there could be this one mission where we dress up as Batman to replace him, but then obviously by the end of the DLC his back actually gets better and no one replaces the Batman or something like that. But I don't think they would make the actual storyline having Azrael become Batman because Batman and then Batman coming back and fighting Azrael to get the costume back. Not sure the DCUO would actually do that. Because you may have noticed, whenever they adapt the storyline from the comic, they don't really adapt the storyline from the comic. There is some resemblance to the comic, but most of that is different. When you look at the War of the Lights DLC, yeah, it is War of the Lights, but it's not exactly like the comics. Or Blackest Night, for that matter.
Get away!
Quintus says, Multiverse, why I can't use my other slots? Level. I have no idea why you cannot use your slots. You should be able to use them all. Although, do you have enough abilities to be able to use them all? Like, as you go up in level, early on you only have access to a few powers, and as you go up in level, you get access to more and more powers. So that might be why. If not, I don't know. Otherwise, you have to go to your trait, and you have to equip all the powers you want to use. You have to equip them here, assuming you have enough powers here to do that. So let's see what else we can play. Oh, let's put it like that. So we just played, so we'll go to tier 6 then. Now, with all the Elite and Elite Plus and Elite Minus, it gives the illusion that there's a lot more missions than there actually is. When you have the same missions like 4 times, it does make for a long list. Mohamed is saying an absolute universe in DC would go crazy, not gonna lie. It would make sense right now. The only problem is that odds are they probably started working in the absolute universe, I don't know, a year ago in the comics, Whereas in the game, they would have had to start working on. Let's say they want to make an absolute DLC. They pretty much need like 2 years to be able to work on a DLC. So odds are, by the time they started the absolute comics, it was already like 6 months too late to make a DLC about it. The only real way they could probably do it, maybe for the next DLC, would be that if 6 months ahead of time, DC told DC Universe Online, hey guys, we have the Absolute Universe coming up, make a DLC about it, then yes, maybe that could be possible. But other than that, I don't think that's possible.
Brainiac isn't going to conquer the Earth, in this or any timeline. Ready when you are.
I'm always ready to show that alien how nobody invades Earth on my watch.
Now, it's easy enough at the last minute to maybe add a time capsule, but adding a whole new DLC, that's another story. Just give me a minute, guys. Evil Rocky is getting excited. Not sure why. Give me a minute. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you take care of a little crazy doggy. Oh noes! I'm locked out.
Your efforts are wasted against my force shield. Your time in the universe has ended. Your efforts are wasted against my force shield.
So you guys might have seen I made a video about the controller role yesterday. I know that some people want to have loadouts and builds. Don't worry, I'll make videos about those as well. But I thought I should make a video about the role itself first. I saw a lot of people make videos about the build, not really explaining what controllers actually were.
Supremacy. I am perfection in every.
I kind of believe very much in the theory that
Your efforts are wasted.
I don't give a man a fish. I teach him how to fish.
Systems damaged.
Now, as they says, if you give a man a fish, he's going to eat for one day. If you show him how to fish, then he's going to eat for the rest of his days. At least until he, as long as he can fish, of course.
This battle has provided sufficient exobyte data. My advanced form is ready.
Love seeing that takedown. Whatever advanced form means, not so much.
He's still on the ship, just moved to a different location.
Your usefulness is at an end. You may leave, or be
So, before showing loadouts and builds, I wanted to explain to people how the controller works, so that they understand that they do more than just blindly copy the loadout, blindly copy the build, so that they actually understand the controller role a little bit. I understand that if all people really want is loadouts and build, then yeah, they probably won't care about that. But at least I give it a try. Oh no! I got behind in chat.
Tougher than they look.
Oh, okay, we're good. So Jeffrey says that would be very cool, and they have every single villain right now in the game. The problem is not so much what they could do, is what they decide to do. Like, yes, they have. They would have to create Azrael. We don't have Azrael just yet. We do have a bit of style, one or two pieces of style that kind of sort of works for Azrael, but we don't have an actual Azrael NPC in the game. So they would, at very least, they would have to create that. But yeah, it would be cool. But will they do it? We don't know. I guess they would have to create Azrael, and they would have to create also Asbat, the Azrael version of Batman.
This teleporter will send you further into the ship, and probably attract more of Brainiac's attention, but that's exactly what we want.
And for the Absolute Universe, again, it all depends on how long they've known about the Absolute Universe, how long they could prepare ahead of time, how much information DC were willing to give them ahead of time so that they could work on the DLC. Jeffrey says, I think we're getting a DC Absolute DLC or DCKO DLC. That event is big right now. Yeah, but that's the problem, Jeffrey. It is big right now. They probably started working on that event maybe 6 months ago. Sadly, even if DCUO started working on the event 6 months ago, it takes about 2 years to make a DLC. So I think it's Spittle who told us way back when that from the time they start writing the DLC to the time they release the DLC, it takes roughly 2 years to do that. So yes, 6 months ago they started working on the Absolute Universe, no, the DCKO. That is fine, but that's not enough time to come up with a DLC. Again, they could probably come up with a Absolute KO time capsule with one style in it.
You both were my
But so coming up with the time capsule probably is quick enough. But coming up with an entire DLC, again, we're talking about 2 years worth of work.
Lex won't like revealing this, but he has ways of destabilizing Superman. Break Brainiac's control, and he can help you.
I'm your worst nightmare.
Oh. Was distracted a bit by the chat. I'll have to get back to the chat in just a minute. Oh no, it's right. Yushu went down. Evil Luthor.
I'm much stronger than you think I am.
I'm not sure why Lex keeps on targeting me.
Clear off, Duffer.
I'm your worst nightmare.
I love using kryptonite on Superman. Let's do this.
Do you expect this to matter?
I am without fear.
The power of the yellow sun flows through me. I will never. The power of a yellow sun flows through me. That was a mistake. The power of the yellow sun flows through me. The power of the yellow sun flows through me. Say freeze.
Nobody does that to Lex Luthor.
The fact that we're still standing means he hasn't won yet. We've got to keep moving.
Sorry, I have to backtrack a bit. The evil chat jumped on me. So yeah, so for the Absolute DC or DCKO, for the Absolute DC, maybe if they told DC Comics, DC Universe Online way ahead of time. But for DCKO, they came up with DCKO like 6 months ago. So I kind of doubt they would be able to make a DLC about that. Give me a minute again. Sorry about that. Not sure what's wrong with the roof rocky tonight.
Reinforcements activated. I am perfection.
Jeffrey says Batman just met the absolute Batman in the comics. Yeah, I guess they went way back when there was this famous line by, I think it was Joe Quesada, who said that when they created the Ultimate Universe, the line was going something along the lines that if the 616 Spider-Man ever met the Ultimate Spider-Man, it would show that Marvel is creatively bankrupt. And what did you know? Like a year or two later, that's exactly what would happen.
I am perfection in every instance.
Hell's got nothing on me.
Tactics insufficient.
At least in the case of the Absolute Universe, they didn't wait too long.
Reinforcements activated. Brainiac has every advantage. Submit to Brainiac's supremacy.
Come on, Ring.
Updating combat data. Witness my...
But I was a bit disappointed by the Superman Homelander crossover.
Perhaps these upgrades were a hindrance.
Sadly, we did not really get a definitive winner to that fight.
Of meta, magic, and tech. And you will witness it in its perfection.
Ah, what empty puffery. Where did he scurry away to this time?
Rayshon says my Clarion artifact is maxed out. Clarion is pretty good. It has some pretty good shield, and it does heal as well, so can't go wrong with that. I finally used my Wolf token. Was very happy. All my characters can use one artifact, strength 200. Yeah, it's nice to be able to have your artifact with all your characters. Ideally, at first you try to use an artifact that every characters will use, because obviously if you use a tank artifact, only your tank characters will be able to use it, unless of course all your characters are tank, which is possible, I guess. If you look at Shadow Lady, like all her characters are Shattered Shadows, so I guess it could be possible. Rayshon says my Supergirl is CR 508. That is good. Let me go through the chat a bit, and then we'll continue afterwards. Jeffrey says, can you also make videos on the new hybrid side of playing, like a tank hybrid? Yeah, I could try to do that. The problem is that with like the controller role is where I have most of my artifacts, most of my gear, most of my everything. I can make videos about tanks, I can make videos about healers, but I will not have like elite gear, or I will not even have 200 artifacts on those characters. So yeah, I could try to make videos about those as well, and in the long run, I'll probably make videos about those as well. But it won't be like with Multiverse. I can have videos where I have like all the artifacts at 200 with the OP gear and all that good stuff. But with the other characters, it's gonna be videos about those characters, but they will not have the max gear, maxed anything. Jeffrey says we could protect Gotham from Bane after Batman is gone. They could make it easy for us. Sure, something like that. There's a lot of things they could do. The only problem is that will they do it? Now, you may have noticed the kind of stories I want to tell right now. Not really, well, not stories that have a lot of, let's say, testosterone. Like the conclusion to this storyline is we find we learn about Lucia's long lost child that nobody knew about. That's the conclusion of the DLC. It's like, really? So I wouldn't expect them to give us storylines like Nightfall, storylines that have a lot of machismo built into the storyline. Like you may have noticed, you may have seen the latest live stream. If you guys saw the live stream of the devs, where all the devs are in the room, there's not an ounce of testosterone in the whole room. So I wouldn't expect them to want to give us testosterone filled storylines like the Nightfall storyline. But I'm hoping to be wrong. I wish to be wrong. We'll see. Mohammed says, I mean, they made the absolute time capsule pretty early, so they must have had some knowledge about it, right? Yeah, but making a time capsule probably doesn't take 2 years. If I was to take a guess, I'd say it takes them maybe 3 months to come up with a time capsule. So they could have learned about the absolute universe even after the fact, and still come up with time capsules. Coming up with the actual DLC, they would have to know 2 years. Like basically, Spill told us it takes 2 years from the time they start writing the DLC to the time they actually release the DLC. We're talking about 2 years worth of work, and it's not 2 years like it's early on. There's the writing team who works on the story, and afterwards the design team works on the story. Then afterwards it's the modeling team, the location design team. So there's various teams throughout the project, throughout the process, throughout those 2 years that will work on the DLC at various levels. But again, in a nutshell, it takes roughly 2 years for the whole thing to be done. So they know about the Absolute Universe 2 years ago, maybe, but I'm pretty sure they did not know about the DCUO 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure Scott Snyder didn't know about the DCUO 2 years ago. From what I understand, he came up with that like last summer or at the earliest early last summer. So I strongly doubt we would see DCKO, but I could be wrong. Maybe they started using AI and they can make a DLC in 3 weeks now. I don't know that, but right now I would not expect that. Jeffrey says yes, you are probably right. Yes, you are correct. They probably don't have the time. Well, we'll see. Agent and Executor explain exactly why you use the surging barrier supercharge. Which one is that? Oh, I'm just using it because it's brand new and I didn't get the chance to play with it anymore. I didn't play a lot with the White Lantern powers, so I'd like to be able to talk about them in a future video. But to do that, I have to use them. The same with the barrier. Normally, I would use the Event Horizon, but I thought, let's give it a try and see how it works, especially the combo ability. XDBD, The Life of Living a Dog. Yeah, pretty much. When you have to take care of a little dog, sometimes there are things that takes a back seat. Sub should have won, honestly. Yeah, with the Homelander Superman fight. Yeah, but look at the Wonder Woman versus Red Sonja. Wonder Woman has super strength, super speed. She can fly, but somehow Red Sonja almost did beat her up. Now Red Sonja is a normal human, so no super strength, no super speed. But I'm pretty sure I mentioned that before. But at the end of the day, the writer decides who's going to win. The writer decide If the writer decides that Red Sonja is going to defeat the Wonder Woman, they'll find a way to do it. So here they had Homelander fight Superman, and sadly there was no clear winner. And then Homelander has to leave at the end of the comic, and we don't have a definitive winner. So it would have been nice if they actually went out into an all-out fight, and if we had a clear winner, but that didn't happen. Agent says lol not an OZ on test. Oh, Jeffrey, good idea. Wonder Woman should have fought She-Ra. Absolutely. Now, I don't know why they decided to use Red Sonja. I don't know who decided, whoever was in charge of marketing or licensing. Why did they choose those characters? I don't know. But yeah, She-Ra would have made more sense. And also, although the one cool thing about Wonder Woman versus Red Sonja is that once upon a time, believe it or not, Red Sonja was a Marvel character. When Conan was published by Marvel and Red Sonja would appear in the Conan comics, that pretty much made Red Sonja at the time a Marvel character. So in a roundabout ways, we actually had a Marvel versus DC fight with Red Sonja versus Wonder Woman. Obviously, Red Sonja is published by someone else. I don't need to forget who does that. Who's actually publishing her right now? XDBD says, I just noticed a YouTuber giving out info that we're going to get more of the absolute Green Arrow in the comics. Now, I guess they're going to use Connor Hawk because Green Arrow, Oliver Queen is dead. That pretty much starts, unless it's a fake out. Could it be that, because we thought that Absolute Hawkman was a bad guy because he killed Green Arrow. Could it be a fake out? Could it be that Hawkman did not really kill Green Arrow? There was a fake out for Hawkman to infiltrate the Justice League? Well, we don't know. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new Green Arrow. And I wouldn't be surprised if the new Green Arrow is a black lesbian, transsexual. We'll see. Personally, I would prefer the fake out option so that Oliver Queen isn't really dead. And so that Hawkman also is not really a bad guy. I guess we'll have to wait and see for that. Oh, Anime says just got my OP gear maxed out from the new episode. We're happy for you.
We recently lost contact with the League members inside, so I'm hopeful we can restore order quickly.
Sadly, I've been a bit of a slacker.
Oracle bot was Brainiac scrounging for file access. He did the same back at the Hall of Doom. I think he's unhappy he lost.
Sadly, I've been a bit of a slacker. I'm still upgrading some of the older OP items. Although I've been trying to farm a bit more this week to try to upgrade those.
Minor damage.
But yeah, if you want to do it quick, you pretty much have to use either multiple characters or use a lot of replay badges or be really, really lucky. Although I guess one thing that doesn't help is I assume when we play the casual version of the mission, maybe we don't get anything to upgrade the OP gear, so that might explain why also I don't get a lot of those drops. But earlier today I did a bit of farming for some of my OP gear, so if I try to do that a little bit every day, I should speed up. I should be able to max out my OP gear. Not soon enough, but at least before we get the next DLC. Anime says or work the broker. Oh yeah, working the broker, but it gets expensive. Like some of the item cost as much as 2 million, and even when it costs 500,000 for some of the catalysts or some of the crafting items you need, when you need like 40 of them, well, we're talking about 20 million. Even at 500,000, it's still a big amount.
something. Stop them.
Get ready for a bloody war. My will is unbreakable.
Chess Rabbit says you don't like diversity very much, do you? Are you talking that every week in some way or another? I have nothing against diversity. What I do have is when they use that to replace classic character, then yeah, then I'm not too crazy about that. Now, if they want to have diversity, like we had Sam Wilson as the Falcon. What was wrong with that? But somehow that wasn't enough. They had to have him try to replace Steve Rogers, or the same with Riri Williams. Like we had. Think about it. Like when Tony Stark, Iron Man, was the most popular character, not just in Marvel. Like at the time, he was one of the most popular character in the world. And what did they do in the comics? They replaced him with a 15-year-old girl. It's like, really, seriously? Like instead of capitalizing on him being popular in the movies, they replaced him with a 15-year-old girl. That's crazy. But that's the kind of things we have, sadly. They want to push diversity so much that they end up destroying their universe and ruining their characters. That's what I have. That's what I don't like. If they have diversity, I don't care about that. Like, way back when, I was there with my money in hand when there was the New Warriors and we had Night Thrasher as the leader of the New Warriors. I was there with my money. I had no issue with diversity in the comic. When we had Blade in the theaters, played by Wesley Snipes, I had no issue with diversity. I had no issue with Wesley Snipes being Blade, and I was there, ticket in hand, to see the movie. I actually saw it many times, and I was first in line to buy the DVD at the time when it was first released. Like I don't have issue with diversity. The issue I have is when they use it to ruin characters or to ruin comics or to ruin gaming. That's what I have issues with.
Getting a weird ping. I think my lost Oracle bot's up ahead.
Anime says I brought half the stuff to upgrade my OP gear from the broker, other half from drops. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying not to do that because I keep on I keep on buying a lot of stuff on the broker, so I'm way too often I end up being broke because I buy too much stuff. If I start buying what I need to upgrade the OP item, I'll be broker than broke all the time, and already I'm broke way too often for my taste. So yeah, it makes sense that you use the broker.
Downloading every file on you.
But I'm trying not to do that right now because I'm trying to put a bit of cash aside.
The wire. You know, the real Oracle would have been a lot faster.
I know your weaknesses, and
Anime says you have to have the money and willing to spend it. XDBD says you know you're annoying superhero when even Brainiac says you're annoying. I'm talking about you're here right now. How you're here? I'll bring out just now. Just said he finds this one annoying, aka Booster Gold. Everyone finds Booster Gold annoying. So, oh, where would we have to go?
Above you.
When will you bad guys?
Yeah, I did a boo-boo. I overwrote the Superman shield. My bad.
Realigning polarity fields. Get rid of your exostatic charge.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry, I'm going to ignore the chat a bit.
don't suppose you'd like to fill us in on Brainiac's plan? One last file exchange between friends?
Anime, the quicker you upgrade the new OP item, then you can sell the OP stuff to upgrade them, and they still sell for a lot. Just sold 20 Rage Plasma for 17 million. Yeah, that's one way to see that.
Severing connection. Robbed of his
People often ask, what is a good way to make money in the Universe Online? Selling the OP items on the broker, that's a really good way.
survivors, but sure. Let's just say, if Brainiac's trying to destroy the Earth again, we're gonna rob him again.
Damage sustained. Damage sustained.
Now, one of the problems I have also with diversity is that when you hear some people, you'd think that there never was diversity ever in the world. Remember when we had the Black Panther movie? It was the first black superhero ever created. The first movie with a black superhero ever, according to some. Everyone who's been around the block for 5 minutes knew that that wasn't true. But they kept on pushing that narrative, even though it must have known it wasn't true. And then they would try to move the goalpost by saying that, oh, we meant it's the first Marvel superhero. And then we said, no, it wasn't. There was Blade before that. Like, long before we had Black Panther, we had Blade. But even before Blade, we had Meteor Man, we had Steel. A lot of people seem to forget that way back when, Steel was, Shaquille O'Neal was Steel. Yes, the movie wasn't very good, but it still happened. People were acting as if we never had a black superhero before. Not to mention the evil Catwoman. Like, whether you like the Catwoman movie with Halle Berry or not only was it a black superhero, it was a black lady superhero. But somehow, Black Panther was the first, according to some. So that's the issue I have, is that sadly people are trying to push information that is not exactly accurate, or sometimes that is quite simply dishonest or untrue.
Again, you vex me.
Absolutely, Torres. Storm in X-Men. We've had Storm since the 70s.
Let's smash some faces.
And Storm was also in the X-Men movies. So any way you slice it, it wasn't true. But they kept on pushing that narrative to try to hype the movie somehow. And sometimes you have to wonder, like, I feel a bit sorry for Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, I probably shouldn't, but too late. I feel a bit sorry for Jennifer Lawrence when she said something along the lines that before her there was no female no action movie with a female lead or something like that. And there's two things wrong with that. The first thing is that obviously that wasn't true. There was a lot of female in action movies before that. But also you have to wonder, like, the person who was interviewing her, surely he could have said, Miss Lawrence, you're mistaken. We've had 1,000 movies with Mila Jovovich. We've had the Underworld movies with Kate Beckinsale. We've had I don't know how many movies with Charlize Theron. There's been female action characters in movies before.
Then how are we feeling now?
Superman, I take full responsibility.
But also you have to wonder. Jennifer Lawrence is an actress. Surely she has some knowledge about cinema, but obviously she doesn't, because she would have known that wasn't true. If she knew anything about cinema, about movies, she would have known that just wasn't true. Now, maybe she knew and it was just a sort of a publicity stunt, which I guess kind of worked. Tomb Raider, Kill Bill, absolutely. So that's part of the issue, is that they keep on trying to say that there never was female action stars before. There never was black actors before, which anyone should know it just isn't true. But But somehow, a lot of people don't seem to know that. Or again, they're being not very honest in their comments. Like, we've had movies with Denzel Washington for like forever. In the 80s, one of the more popular actors in the world was Eddie Murphy. We had Trading Places with Eddie Murphy. We had 48 Hours. We had the whole Beverly Hills Cop series. They even made a fourth one not too long ago. So whenever we see comments that there never was diversity before, sadly it feels a bit dishonest. Anime says, Multi, would you like a black Joker? Absolutely not. And I wouldn't like a white Black Panther either. Joker is not a black guy. Black Panther is not a white guy. Blade is not a white guy. Also, with the Joker, they keep on trying to modernize the character, which is completely missing the point. The character should look like someone from the 50s. He should still have the same look he had way back in the 50s. He's not supposed to change. He's a classic. But somehow they keep on missing the point with the Joker, and they keep on trying to make him more modern or something. I guess let's go. We're talking about making a run for cash. Let's see if we can do that with the Panopticon. Why am I selecting the Panopticon? If we're lucky, we might get the Ultraman Cape at the end of the mission, which last I checked, you could sell on the broker for 100 million. Now, do we have a group that can play the elite version? We'll find out soon enough. Assuming I can get out of the menu someday. Like right now, everyone is pretty much close to 500 or above 500. We have a healer, we have 2 tanks, we have 2 controllers. We should be good. But no, I don't want a Black Joker anime. I assume you're asking a legit question. You're not trying to start trouble. But no, the answer is no. And I would not want a white Blade either. And I would not want a female Blade either.
Let's hope this place is laid out better than the Watchtower is.
Sadly, from what we can understand, one of the reasons why they're struggling to try to come up with a Blade movie is that they're not really trying to come up with a Blade movie. They're trying to come up with a movie where the main character is not so much Blade as Blade's daughter. They've been trying to replace Blade with his daughter, whom I completely forget what she was supposed to be called. Now, full disclosure, way back when in the mid-2000, late 2000, I came up with a female Blade character called Blood.
Can't wait to see what he pulls out of yours.
I made
Move or I'll move you.
We made this comic for Flashback Universe called the Legion of Monsters. And basically the Legion of Monsters were fighting a whole bunch of characters that was like there was a female Blade that was called Blood. There was a female Van Helsing that was called Vanna Helsing. That was before there was a Van Helsing, the Van Helsing TV show with a female character. There was an alien predator. There was an alien.
Don't do that.
And I forget what and there was an alien, a female demon, something like that. No, just Blood. The character is called Bloodline. Okay. Mine was called Blood, just Blood. I thought it was simple, clear. Actually, I forget if maybe Jim came up with a name. I would have to ask him if he remembers.
No more games.
Or I would have to look through some of my old emails. So I understand the temptation to create a female version of a character. I get that.
Jerk. You're gonna pay for that.
Stop now and you won't get hurt.
But sadly nowadays, everyone does that. So at some point we have to say, nah, no more. It's been done enough. Let's not do that no more. Also, I wasn't replacing Blade with blood.
Oh, that does it.
Sadly, in the case of Marvel, it seems that all they care about is to replace the characters with the female version.
Now you're dead.
Well, the issue is that it's not Captain America, and it has nothing to do with black or not. Way back when, some of you guys may not remember this, but way back when they replaced Steve Rogers with John Walker. Spoiler alert: John Walker is a white guy. I can tell you that when they did that, nobody wanted that.
It looks like they have him.
Nobody liked that either.
My guess is they're not performing a routine checkup on him.
So it's not so much that they're replacing Captain America with a black Captain America. It's that they're replacing him to begin with. Even if when they replace him with John Walker, people didn't like that either. And not too long ago, they repeated that again. They had this new Captain America guy that was replacing Steve Rogers again. They're pretty much repeating what they did with John Walker with a new character. And I'm pretty sure people don't like that either. Like, Captain America is Steve Rogers. It's that simple. It's not Sam Wilson, and it's not John Walker either. And it's not the new guy they had recently. It's Steve Rogers. Now, Sam Wilson being the Falcon, again, what's wrong with that? He had a cool costume, some cool wings that make him fly. Yeah, the bit with the Falcon, the telepathic link with the Falcon, that was a bit much. But that was in the 70s. Somebody thought it was a clever idea somehow. What can you do? And the same with Spider-Man. Now, way back when, they tried to replace Spider-Man 2 with a guy that you may remember. It was this guy called Ben Reilly. They tried to replace Peter Parker with Ben Reilly.
What are they doing to him?
And strangely enough, Ben Reilly is in black. But people still didn't want that.
Efficient means of interrogation.
Because people don't want Peter Parker to be replaced. Whether it's by a black guy, a white guy, a squirrel, it doesn't matter. They don't want it to be replaced with Spider-Ham either, Peter Parker.
184C, activate. That will be forgotten. You don't have the guts for this.
Well, one of the problems we have, and it's like that with Marvel, with DC, with Star Wars, is that they're hiring people who don't like the characters.
Eye for an eye,
So all they want to do is replace those characters, get rid of those characters, replace those characters, and sadly the fans, the original fans, love those characters. They don't want to see them replaced.
But not good enough. Take this.
But sadly, for too long now, they've been hiring people who don't like the characters, who don't like the comics, who don't even like the fans. And they're very, very happy to replace the characters just to piss off the fans. It's sad, but what can you do?
I'm anything but all right. They've attached a giant vacuum to my brain and tried to suck out my genius. And now, someone is going to pay.
I understand you're upset, but coming here half-cocked got you into this mess in the first place. What did you hope to accomplish by all this?
Something I've yet to do on our Earth. Kill a false god.
What? Wait!
Luther, wait, come back. We'll have to double back around.
Damn it. Mistake. Minor damage detected. Hull breach detected. Reboot required. Maintenance required. Error. Damage. Mistake. Maintenance required. Error. Reboot required. Minor damage detected.
XDBD, by the way, Balti, I think I'll make a bloodline, but as a red lantern, that's fine.
Humans, so fragile, so combustible.
I should thank you, Kryptonian, for proving that everything I ever believed about your kind was true. Ultraman, Superman, you both act like you're gods, but gods don't bleed.
Oh, noes!
Kryptonite? You really think you can kill me with kryptonite? Luther, what have you done?
That's impossible. How could I have known? Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
You ignorant fool. If it's blood you want, then blood you'll get. I'll rip your legs from your body.
Let's go.
I am stronger.
Ready to pull your chestnuts out of the fire.
So weak. I won't fall.
Stay in the cube, don't break out. Oh, everyone broke out.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
Is that all? This has gone long enough. You will die for that.
I'd reconsider that.
Ugh.
Now, the reason why you have to stay in the cube is that he starts with the breath, freezing everyone, and then he uses his heat vision. And as you saw, his heat vision took out our friend over here. But the cube actually protects you from the heat vision. Unless you're standing in fire like I was.
That
That was a mistake.
Yeah, sometimes you don't get frozen. It happens. So I can hear with the heat vision.
Hera, protect me.
Is that all?
Ah.
I won't fall. I'm bringing you to justice. I won't fall.
Oh, I wasn't frozen. Let's see if I can use our friend here.
That's your one free shot.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Is that all?
So somehow I wasn't frozen, and if you don't get frozen, you're in big doo-doo.
You'll regret that.
You will die for that.
Oh, I'm not frozen again.
I am stronger.
There we go.
So weak. You will die for that.
Let's go.
I won't fall.
A nasty game.
So weak.
Almost there, stone target.
This is as far as you go. Is that all? You may have won this little sparring match, but your Earth has already lost.
So sadly, no cape.
Thank Hera. We should follow suit and regroup with the others.
And
Rally our
no
forces
cape.
and come up with a plan of attack.
We got a collection. I'm not sure how valuable that might be.
Arrogant imbeciles stole from my brain.
Dear God.
What? What is it?
They found the vibratory frequency of our Earth. With that knowledge, they can open a massive portal directly to our world.
Great Scott. We have to rally the others.
Superman is asking if anyone got the cape. Oh, yes. Flex Force got the Ultra Kryptonian cape. Oh, Universe got the Ultra... So two guys got the Ultra Kryptonian cape. So that, for them, that was worth it. So if you get lucky and get the cape, well, we're talking about... let's go find out. XDBD Multi, do you think I can find images on Google of Bloodline? I have no idea. And Bloodline is a pretty common name. There even was a crossover or an event at DC way back when in the 90s. So you'll probably see a lot of images from that. So sadly, you're going to have to give it a try and hope to get lucky. Oh, so right now the Ultra Kryptonian Cape is about 49 million. Way back when I had to buy it for 100 million, and I had to buy it like 3 times for different characters. At some point, it went as high as 200, 250 million, but it seems that right now 50 million is the asking price. Abisu says hello, Multi, and everyone. Hello, Abisu. Oh, Flex 4 says he got it. And PDG says her real name is Brielle Brooks. I assume he means a bloodline. So yeah, if you look for Brielle Brooks, you might get a bit more. You might get a bit more lucky than if you look for bloodline. If you look for bloodline, you'll get a whole bunch of stuff that comes up. And again, DC had this bloodline event way back when in the 90s, where they tried to introduce a whole bunch of new characters. Fleck Force says I already got it, so I'm selling it. You do what you want with it. It's your cape. But yeah, if you already have it, the whole point is that to sell it to make a bit of cash. Oh, we have a Blue Lantern Flash here.
Help! Help!
So I think sadly we're gonna stop for tonight. There's a little Rocky that seems to need more attention than usual tonight. So I'll go spend a bit of time with Rocky, sadly. Oh, PDG says search for Blade's daughter. So you have a few options. So if Bloodline doesn't work, Brielle Brooks. If that doesn't work, Blade's daughter. And if that doesn't work, I don't know. So next week, sadly, we do not know what's going to happen next week. I'm hoping that we might get the new patrol next week. Although, let me check the calendar quick. Come on, evil calendar. Oh, actually, next week will be the last week of. Dang, the month went by so fast. So next week, I assume next week we'll get a new patrol. We don't know just yet what the rewards will be for the patrol. We don't know what the rewards will be for the campaign either. So hopefully we'll find out next week. And again, I'm curious. I have to admit, I'm curious to see what the new campaign will give us this year, because last year again we got the shaded comic chroma material, which is probably by far the most popular material we have in the game. And you have to wonder, what can they give us that is the equivalent of the shaded comic chroma material? I have a hard time thinking of anything that is that valuable, or that is that much in demand. Yeah, there would be like the BVS emblems. We already know that those are not coming back. Now they could decide to give us also something brand new that we never had before. I guess that could be possible. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. Hopefully next week. Although if it does like last year they added at the last minute they added a few rewards. They added a couple of emblems, and they also added the Ally Legion to the rewards. So who knows? They might do the same next year. Now, just to be on the safe side, if somehow you see the rewards and you think that the rewards do not interest you, keep that in mind. That last year they did add some rewards at the last minute. So there are some people who didn't care about the rewards, and then when they saw that the Legion the Ally Legion was added, then they were a bit not happy, because that is a reward they wanted to have, but they hadn't played the campaign ahead of time. So even if you think that the rewards are so-so, I would say play the campaign, play the patrols anyway, just to be on the safe side. Maybe they will add new rewards next year. We don't know. Oh, PDG saying that the OG plasmic aura. I don't know if the plasmic auras were that popular. Even amongst people who had it, I saw some people use it, but like I have it and haven't used it in a long time. So I will see. And what will be the theme for next year? For next week, I have no idea. I'll have to give it some thoughts. One thing I can guarantee, it's not going to be Lantern related. Some of you guys, I think, are getting a bit burnt out on the Lantern stuff. And I have to agree, people are a bit burnt out with this DLC. And so we'll do something else that is not Lantern related. At first, I thought maybe at first I thought maybe the Evil Man Hunters, but that's still Lantern related in a roundabout ways. So we'll come up with something else. Also next week it is going to be Evil Friday. So obviously next week we will play with evil villains. So that is pretty much it for tonight, guys. So guys, thanks to everyone who came to play with us. PDG says Marvel next week. Maybe. I'll give it some thoughts. The problem with Marvel is that there's it's a bit of a mixed bag. Yes, there's a lot of people who like to create Marvel characters, but there's also a lot of people who hate Marvel characters, who hate Marvel. Like there's big cleavage in the fan base right now, where there are people who really hate Marvel. So in theory, it would seem like a good idea to have a Marvel event. But in practice, the numbers indicate that it's not so much a good idea. But I'll give it some thoughts. Maybe we'll say to heck with that and we'll do it. We'll see. But anyways, we still have a few days. Tuesday, depending on what happens next week. Tuesday, I'll probably decide on a theme for next week. And then we'll move on from there. So guys, thanks to everyone who came to play with us. Thanks to everyone who came to chat with us. And of course, thanks to all of you guys watching. You guys are awesome. Have a good weekend, guys, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.